Guys, so I had a lot of people requesting for me to do a Christmas look, so I'm gonna try, emphasis on try, to do like a wearable Christmas look. Nothing too crazy, something that you can just wear to, you know, family Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, whatever it may be, and hopefully it's gonna turn out wearable. If not, I'm sorry. So I have on like some concealer and some mascara, and my brows are done because I was out earlier, but I took off like what was on my eyelid. So let's go ahead and start by priming the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with, this is like a cheap concealer that I got from Dollar General. I don't like it for under my eyes because it does not cover up a lot under my eyes, but it works pretty good for priming like the eyelid. So I'm gonna use this. And I just grabbed some on the back of a flat concealer brush, and I'm just going to tap this in. And because we are going to be using some reds, and because I don't have like a extremely bright red, I want this concealer to kind of be tacky, just so that I can get as much payoff as possible. And then I always, towards the end, I will take my finger and start to pat it out. And I am not going to worry about setting this. Okay, here comes the fun part. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the shade Hunts in the Jaclyn Hill palette, which is this like fiery orangey red, and I'm going to mix it in with this red shade down here called Jax. And I'm going to be doing that on an M507. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to really just press this kind of into the crease, but this is going to be above the crease for me because I do have hooded eyelids and we are going to be cutting the crease, so I want to make sure that all the shades are going to be able to be seen really well. So again, just packing right now. I'll worry about blending in a second. That looks great. Okay, so then I'm going to go into the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to grab a little bit of this shade Red Ochre right here, mixed in with Venetian Red on the other side. I'm just going right over everything. I am kind of going back and forth with it, but this is what we have so far. I know it looks crazy, but just bear with me. I promise it will end up looking better. Okay, so then I'm going to grab the shade MFEO in the Jaclyn Hill palette. This shade right here. And I'm just grabbing that on the M507 brush. And I'm going to put this right here, and in little tiny circular motions, I'm just going to blend just a little bit. And then just little circles, and then back and forth. Okay, and then I'm also going to go down here, and I'm going to bring this out just a little bit, and then blend up like that. And then I'm going to grab just a regular blending brush. I'm going to go over all of this, and I'm just going in circular motions, just blending, blending, blending. Working with red shades like this, you really want to just take your time and just really focus on blending everything, just so that it looks really seamless. So then I'm really quickly gonna grab the shade Roxanne, which is this like orangey, almost red shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm gonna grab just a little bit of that on that fluffy brush right here, like that. And I'm essentially just going to go over where those two shades meet. Just to kind of tie everything in. So I'm really quickly going to do the same thing to this eye, and I will be right. Okay, so I finished this eye, and now I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I think I have an idea. Not 100% sure. I'm gonna take this shade, what is this? Mocha, yeah. I'm gonna take this shade Mocha right here, and it's this really a coffee brown. I'm gonna take that, and I'm going to put this right into my crease. So some of this is going to get on my lid because I really don't want to bring this up any higher than my actual crease. And as I'm putting this on, I am kind of sweeping to kind of blend it out a little bit. So now we have, let's see if it'll focus. I have a nice gradient from this brown to this red and all the way up. And if you ever see that, like, you know, it might be a little bit patchy here and there, just take a nice blending brush and blend everything together. Just gonna do the same thing on this side. I feel like this side looks a little bit better right now, but I don't know if it's okay. Oh, guys, look. My Santa hat has sparkles on it. I know, I'm pretty cool. Okay, anyway. Okay. Great. So now I think what I want to do is I'm obviously going to put like a shimmer on the lid. Probably going to end up turning into a glitter. As I'm looking at this, I think that I have a couple of things in mind that I want to go on. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do this Stila, what are these things called? The Magnificent Metal Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. These things are really awesome, by the way. And this is in the shade, I think, yeah, Smoldering Satin. And it's this really, really pretty, like, it's not gonna focus. Okay, well, take my word for it. You can see it back here. It's kind of like a pinky, like, mixed with a gunmetal, and I think that would look really, really cool. But I also kind of want to do gold. I also have this Beauty Glaze, like, pressed glitter palette. It has this really cool shade, and it's right here. And it's this, like, white with green reflex in it. I have the, let me take the plastic cover off. Maybe you'll see better. I don't know if it's like picking up on camera, but it's this really pretty like white with green reflex. They also have this really pretty green right here, and they also have this really pretty silver. And I don't know what I want to do. I feel like maybe glitter's maybe a little bit too much. Like that glitter, you know, like the steel one is not like glitter. So I think what I'm going to do is put gold on the lid and then put this like on top, just to, you know, kick it up a notch. Some of that concealer that we used to prime our lid with, and I'm just putting some of that in the back of my hand on a flat brush, and we're going to carve the lid. So what I like to do is I like to, I'm gonna put it where I think it's gonna go. And then if you have hooded eyes, you can look up and it'll kind of stamp, which it looks like I got it almost right where it needed to go. And then once I get towards the end here, I'm just kind of going to fade the concealer into the shadow because I don't want to like wing the shimmers all the way out. I'm gonna do a mix between the Jaclyn Hill palette, the shade Queen. Really pretty gold right here, but I want to lighten it up just a tiny bit. So to do that, I'm going to, from the Modern Renaissance palette, take that shade Primavera, and that's just this really light gold shade. And then once I get to these corners, I just kind of like tap it out a little bit, just like so. Okay, that looks really cool. You could definitely leave it like with just the gold. You definitely don't have to put any glitter on it, but I'm going to because I like glitter. I'm taking that Stila stuff and I'm kind of wiping the wand off in the container here because I don't want to have too much. And I'm going to just lightly start to tap it onto my lid. And I'm going, so this is the eye with the Stila glitter, and then this is the eye without it, and I definitely like that. And when you wipe it off and just kind of tap it on, it's not like, you can still see the gold underneath, and it's not so crazy intense. And it's not so crazy intense. And that's both eyes with the Stila glitter. magnificent metals, whatever that thing is called. That's what that all to kind of just tie everything together on the upper lid. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that coffee shade, and I'm going to go over the top line of the cut crease. I'm gonna get a mix between the two original red shades that we used, these two. I'm not gonna worry about tipping back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I mean the Modern Renaissance palette. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to kind of make an angle down here, and just to kind of bring that in, and then I'm gonna lightly feather it up into here. And then I'm gonna grab that shade Mocha, and I'm going to layer that on top, just so we can add some depth over there. Okay, and now I'm gonna go back into that fluffy brush that we originally used in the beginning, and I'm just going to blend all of that together. Bring this out if you need to. And then I'm going to go back into those two red shades, and we're going to start working on the lower lash line. I do not like to do a lot on the lower lash line because I have pretty bad under eye circles, as you can probably tell, and just putting a lot of shadow under there tends to make them more prominent. So for my eye shape and the way that my face looks, not putting a ton of stuff under there looks better for me. But if you like to put eyeshadow underneath your lower lash line, then definitely go for it. And I'm just putting a little bit on, and that's with the M507. And I'm going to grab the fluffy brush and the first shade, the first matte shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette, Silk Cream, and just buff out that bottom just a little bit. And for the inner part highlight, I'm going to take the shade Light in the Jaclyn Hill palette, which is the very, very first shade. And I'm going to just pop that right there. Just very lightly kind of bring it in. And I'm also going to bring it down a little tiny bit onto the lower lash line, just to make everything really seamless. And I'm also going to pop this just a little bit onto the brow bone. Okay, and you can definitely do like a full face foundation. I only have on concealer right now, but this would 100% look really cool with, I mean, this would look great with, you know, a full V face and everything. And just line my upper lash line with the NYX matte liquid liner. I really like this stuff. Okay, so this eyeliner ended up looking way better, but that's okay. And then I'm just gonna grab this, the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. I'm gonna let some of the mascara that I decided to get everywhere dry, and then I will show you guys the finished product. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I really like it. I think I might actually end up doing this for Christmas Day because it looks really cool. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have wonderful holidays, whatever you're celebrating. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!